Okay, this video is about the integration that we have done with iJewel3D. Okay, and if you haven't heard of iJewel3D, then you can go to ijewel3d.com. Okay, and there's some explanation about what it does and so on. But I'm gonna show you, so don't worry about that. And here we go. And so I'm going to do, this video is going to be like a quick introductory, broad 10,000 foot view. And then I'm going to drill down in other videos and show you just how powerful it is and what you can do with it. But here we go. So the iJewel implementation is in our render menu, and it's in the options section. So if you go to options, right down here, you see iJewel.design viewer. We've got viewer integration and what they call the playground, which is where you can drill in and change all sorts of stuff. Like you can get lost, which is cool. Okay, so this one's going to be a broad overview on how to assign materials to your project and then save it so you can share it with someone. Okay? All right. So here we go. The first thing we need to do, though, is we need to set this up so that we can assign different materials to different objects. And it's layer-based. So if all the gems are on gem 3, you can only assign materials to all the gems. Okay? If all the metal is on gem metal 2, then you can only assign metal to those. So I will set this up such that we have our halo assembly on metal 01. And then I like to put my center stones on gem 1, and then I kind of work my way out. Let's see. Let's do these, and they're grouped, which makes it easier. I'll put those on gem 2. All right. We'll put the halo on gem. Well, it's on gem 3. We'll do these shank gems, the melee. We'll do that on 4. Okay, and that leaves these little, I don't know what you call these, like peekaboo gems or accent gems or something. If you want those to be separate, right now they're on, if I right click gem 03, they're stuck with these. Okay, I say we go all in and give people just way too many choices. And so put those on some other layer. I'll just do work 01. The good news is we can change, well, you'll see, we can change it up when we're in the software. So we are ready to go. So let's go ahead and go to export. And then we're taken into the iJewel setting, okay? This scene has 6 materials with supported layer names. Do you want to add default material configurator? That does make things handier. You can do all this on your own if you want, okay? But I'm going to click yes because it's quick, okay? So here's what we have now. We have metal 01, metal 2, gem 3, gem 4, gem 2, gem 1, and then we have this thing right here. So we'll get to that. All right, let's go ahead and look at this then. Because I said yes to this, it said, oh, metal 1, okay, that can be white or yellow or rose. Those are the defaults that it assigned. Now there's other materials and you can add or remove these, okay? And then metal 2, if we go there, then we can make it back to metal 1, make it white. I think you get the idea, okay? So let's go ahead then and I'll show you how to rename these sections and also to add or remove materials. So I'm okay with the white, yellow, and rose. Okay, so if we select the halo, you have to click on an object. Okay, then you can edit the configurator. Okay, right here. So here's all the different materials that you could add to this. You can also change the name. So this is going to be Halo, okay? And that's already in the list, so we can just pick that. All right, so now that says Halo. Let's go to Metal 2, which is here, okay? Edit Configurator, and they have one called Shank Trim. I don't know, I just prefer shank, so I'll just back that out. And now that's called shank, and we can make that whatever color we like. Okay, we know gem 1 is here, okay? And right now the choice is diamond, emerald, and ruby, okay? If we edit the configurator, number 1, we can do center gem, okay? So we can pick that from the list. And then we can go, okay, well, besides those, let's go ahead and do sapphire. Okay, so you can see it got added here. Let's, now they have, you just mouse over these. Okay, there's Gem Sapphire 2, that's a deeper one. Okay, Gem Sapphire, they have included gems. Okay, there's included and included 02. And then the gems, the sapphires are included. Here's a brown diamond. So you just mouse over these, whatever ones you want, you can add in there. Here's an alexandrite, that might be kind of fun. And as we scroll down, now you're going to notice that some are locked and they have a blue diamond, and some are locked. Oh, I'll show you the yellow stone or diamond in the corner on other materials. Here they are over here. Here you can see the yellow. These are different tiers of support that you can unlock these with if you choose to. Okay. Right now I have an account set up. Okay. But I didn't buy into any of the other tiers. JewelBeetle did, but I don't have that account set up. I wanted it to show how it is for just a general user, so here I am. Okay, and I'll get to those as well. Now, there's center gem, there's the choices here. Okay, let's add one more just for fun. We'll do a yellow sapphire. Okay. So that's set up as center gem. Let's see what these are. That's gem 03. Okay, edit the configurator. Maybe on this one we'll give them sapphire, and maybe that's it on that one. Okay, and then this is, do I have halo gem? Halo gem. Okay. All right. The next one are these gem 02, okay, and I would want this to perhaps match what I did for the center. So this is, I'll call these side gem, okay, all right, and side gems, edit configurator. I shouldn't have hit enter. Let's add this, and let's go down and do alexandrite, and down here to this one. There's the choices for that. Side gems, good to go. Okay, gem 04 are these right here. Okay, and you know what? Maybe we don't want to give them so many choices here. Maybe these have to be diamonds. That's the only way we sell it. Okay, so if that's the case, you simply right click here and say delete, and right click over this gem and say delete, but we still want to rename this, so we enter the configurator and we call these shank gems with an S. All right, that leaves us with this one here, and we can add configurator, and this is accent gems. Okay, and it's a gem. Because it wasn't on a gen layer, it's like, I don't know what this is, right? So we go to gem, and then we come over and we say you can have diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire, and maybe that's it. Okay, your choice. And there we go. And we'll start out with that as a diamond. Okay, so there's our setup. Quite a few, but I wanted the example to show, you know, what happens if you got off the gem layer or off the metal layer. Okay, so all right, that's kind of it for here. But what I want to do is I'm going to set this up the way I want the client to see it from the beginning. Okay, and so for the center gem, I'm going to do a sapphire, and for the side gems, I'll do sapphire. Okay, and that's my setup that I want to present it to them with. But maybe, I don't know, maybe the shank, we'll have it be two-tone to begin with. All right, so there's that setup. Okay, and that's really all you have to do. There is one thing I want to show you over here, and when I show you how this works with a link, I'll show it to you again. But right here is medium quality, here's high quality, and then ultra, and it just gets sharper and more defined as you do that. But you do have to have a good video card to do this. I remember I was sharing one of these with my son Max, and he was on his phone and he put it up to ultra and was spinning it around. He's like, man, my phone's getting kind of warm. And that will happen. Okay, so as far as that goes, let's go ahead then, and with this all set up like so, then you can click the share button. Okay, two options: save permanently, save your design and access at any time with an iJewel3D account. Okay, or you can save it temporarily, save for 7 days rather, and then it drops off and you have room for more. So I'm going to do temporary. I'm not going to password protect it. I'm not worried about that. So let's hit share. And it's going to bring up a browser window to show you what it looks like. Okay. And then if you click out over here, you'll notice that disappears and you're left with just this little button that brings it back up. But let's show you behind that. I'll go ahead and just close this. Behind that is your design has been saved. You can access it with the link. So you would hit copy, and that link is copied to the clipboard. Now I'm going to go ahead and open a new window. Okay, so here's an incog window just to make sure there's nothing buffered or anything. And I'm going to hit paste, okay, and hit enter. And this is what the person you sent it to would see, okay? Exported using that plugin. File will be deleted in 7 days, okay? And I'm just left clicking with my mouse and moving the mouse so you can rotate it. The wheel zooms in. right click and hold pans, okay? And so very simple navigation, okay? And then they can come down. Here's that quality that I was talking about, okay? And who knows what you're seeing with this video going through YouTube, you know, but you'll see it when you play with it, okay? This button right here resets the view, okay? This one is rotate the camera, so they can just click that and be amazed, okay? You can also use this like in your store if you want something, you know, spinning around on the screen, just sitting there generating attention, okay? Here is fit object to scene. It just makes sure it's all there, right? And then full screen does that. So here's perhaps what you'd want to do if you were showing this in your showroom. You could just have some monitors with this up there doing its thing, you know? Or maybe have a kiosk where people can come up and play around with rings that are in your inventory so they can walk right up. And then here's the legend here. So the halo, we could do yellow metal. We could go to the shank and leave it yellow or flip-flop that, which I probably wouldn't do, but maybe we want them both white, you know? Okay. And then we have center gem, okay. You get it. You just click on them. Maybe they're like, oh no, I want ruby. And then on the side gems, I want those diamonds. And what did I give them for halo gems? Maybe those match, and maybe we make the halo yellow. All right, so there you go. That's how that works, and it's pretty cool. All right, that's it for this video. I'm going to show some other things in the next one, but I wanted to do just a brief overview on how to set this up. All right, thanks.